we got an unboxing of my package that came through. They didn't do a very good job of sealing it up, and normally you would think that they would put it in a box. So they didn't put it in a box, and you can kind of see through the paper, and it looks like some of it got ripped from, maybe the post office handling. Who knows? It did come all the way from the crazy British folks. So, what do you expect, them British people? Ah, okay, it came from Rare Waves. Came from all the way from the United Kingdom. Nice. I bought it with some of that good old Cash App, PayPal money that I got from the toy show when I was at the toy show. So, yay! There, it's unboxed. They didn't put it in a box. Well, I mean, the Risk game's already in the box. So this is Risk Shadow Forces. Um, uh, it's supposed to be like Risk Legacy 2.0. Um, so that's what the game is. Risk Shadow Forces. I may buy some more Risks from the online internet, whatever, off of the eBay with some more Cash App money. That I get from selling toys at toy shows and whatnot. It says 15 games included, both global and skirmish games designed around modern warfare missions. Double-sided game boards feature both world and skirmish maps. A legacy game. The game and the story change every time you play. They are permanently altered. You might write on cards, apply stickers to the game board, and even intentionally destroy game components. No two games will ever be the same. I never destroy the game components. I just put them off to the side. That's what I do when I have these legacy type games because I don't want to throw stuff away. It's the mid 21st century and society is on the brink of disaster. That sounds like now. The earth is on fire and the oceans are rising. Wars are raging as counterculture militias emerge from the shadows to complete with conventional military or compete with conventional military. Powered corporations are usurping the role of governments. What did I tell you? Sounds like now. Corruption and disinformation run unchecked. Sounds like now. Against this uneasy backdrop, a rare and valuable energy resource has been discovered. Warlords with mysterious motivations are battling. For what? To save the world? Nope. They want to rule it and conquer it. Nobody wants to save the world or to control the resource and gain power and riches beyond measure. As the game progresses, it may become clear that the warlords are actually fighting for the future of humanity itself. Or are they? In the Risk Shadow Forces game, modern day factions representing real life block, both on and off the grid, establishment and underground, compete aggressively, choose a warlord, and play through a campaign of 15 games in which suspense and intrigue build to a dramatic conclusion. 5 dramatic warlord characters. Are they out to save the world or out for themselves? Why can't you do both? I mean, can't you do both? Think about it. Can't you save the world and be out for yourself at the same time? You got Kay Weller, tough, divisive, prepared. It's Camilla Harris. We got Roz Garcia, weapons specialist. Cassandra Evans, skilled recruiter. Jet St. Clair, aggressive attacker, and Angus Smith, fast and agile. Angus Smith. It's Elon Musk. One of them, one of them's Elon Musk. Probably Jet St. Clair. I mean, it says say he's an aggressive attacker. Anytime you attack Elon Musk, he aggressively attacks back. Cassandra Evans, that's somebody. One of them's got to be. Man, that looks like she would be. Nikki Haley or something. And then you got Roz Garcia. So that's Vivic. It's probably and Angus Smith. Hmm. The contents are a global game board, two double-sided game boards, 175 cards, 5 warlord figures, 5 headquarters, 93 troop units, 181 trip unit, sealed container labeled B, 4 sealed envelopes, 4 faction cards, range guide, 95 tokens, sticker sheet, 5 dice, quick rules, reference card, and rulebook. Risk. Shadow Forces. So, without further ado, let's unbox it. After like 7 minutes of talking about it and whatnot, we're finally unboxing it. This game is Riz with a twist. Check it out. Artwork. Beautiful artwork. So first up we have the rule book, which is fairly thick. It's a 35-page rule book. That's a thick rule book. That's a thick rule book. The war, the warlords, the factions. This is a green faction, ran, of course, by Julian Stern. Jill Stern. Dr. Jill Stern. The white faction, the green faction, off the grid, paramilitary cells of independent thinkers and vast networks strong in manpower, resources, and knowledge, armed and self sufficient. Okay, maybe it's not green as in Green Party then. White faction, merciless private corporations developing their mercenaries across the world have been secretly accumulating power, influence, wealth, corruption, and training. Those are the ones run by the Gates Foundation. The Blue Faction, a criminal syndicate led by Godfathers and Onibans with moles in every city, can make things happen with the military or corporations cannot, will resort to random executions and torture if necessary. Basically, they're the crime syndicate. So it's like the Yakuza or whatever. The Yellow Faction, a unified armed force who race their heritage back to the great military strategists of history. They value honor, courage, duty, and sacrifice. They see themselves as the guardians of government. So, die hard, military faction, while the green faction is like the rednecks and other people who, you know, you got the red faction, a disenfranchised civilian militia. Maybe this is like Antifa and stuff. Themselves as freedom fighters, they are desperate masses who have risen up to resist tyranny and battle for survival. The green and red faction are kind of the same, except for the green's probably Republican and the red's probably the liberals. I don't know why they switched them that way. And the blue is like the criminals, and then the white's like the corporation, and then the yellow's like the remnants of the governments of the world. Then, of course, you got Angus Smith, Cassandra Evans, Jet St. Clair, Kerry Walker, and Roz Garcia. They now in this game, I think how the game plays is, which I don't like that idea, where one warlord and one faction is that warlord stays with that faction. I think every turn a warlord should like you should switch warlords per faction for every game. That would spice it up a little bit. See, sometimes there'll be times when you have to add rules and have space to put stickers in because you'll open the boxes and stuff. See, because that's how legacy games work. See, here's the campaign. It tells you game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6, game 7, game 8, game 9, game 10, game 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So each game has their own little thing that you're supposed to play. And I guess you can go back and repeat a game. But as you play the game, new things will arrive. It looks like here's some new spaces that appear on the board somehow. Um, that and here's some different stickers. Like these stickers look like they're devastation markers where you destroy a whole entire territory or something. Then you got these right here, which plus plus 2, 3, and 4 stickers, 3, 4, and maybe minus. You got +2 and +3 here. You got all these different abilities here. You got plus and -1 stickers. So there are all kinds of different stickers. Some of these that you put on the map or maybe territories. And then, of course, here you go. You got the first through 5th turn order, and you got second and third placement chips here. And of course, you got the skirmish boards here, which they'll probably tell you which skirmish board you need to use for the different maps. I'm just going to pop these out. And then here's for each faction, you have each faction has their own like card, which it looks like you're supposed to have the same name, and then you just figure out if you won, held on, or eliminated, just like Risk Legacy, the original Risk Legacy. Of course, these look like there's like some kind of. On one side, they have like a kind of like an explosion thing, and the other side they have like 30s. So I'm not sure what those are all about. Here's a reference. This is like a reference card for the global game, and the other side's the skirmish game. So it basically tells you what you do. It's for per turn. Of course, here's another skirmish map, and you can always make your own skirmish maps after the game's over with, I guess. Then you have starting troops. You can start with anywhere from 11 to 7 to 11 starting troops. So that's interesting. Then here's of course, this is probably for the skirmish game. It's a line of sight reference to make sure y'all can attack each other. Then of course there's these different coins here and other different points here. These look like they're some kind of backup bonus leaders or something, maybe. And you have these which have random. They're all the same, depending on which side that you use. But they are double-sided, so that you can maybe the different sides represent different things for these. Then of course you have all these little circle things, which again are the same side on both sides, so they're not double-sided for those. Then you have these chips, which not exactly sure what they represent, but they have different things on the other side, so you probably just randomly grab these for like some kind of resources or something maybe, and depending on what the other side of the chips says, that's what happens. Like this one's got a health of 1, a health of 2, stuff like that. Like a health of 4 here, so they're like health tokens. So that's all that stuff. And now for the game. Of course, you're not supposed to open this. You got a C package that you're not supposed to open until instructed to. You got a D package you're not supposed to open until instructed to. You got E package you're not supposed to open until instructed to, but it doesn't tell you how you get instructed to. And you got an F package you're not supposed to open until instructed to. So these packages don't tell you on the package when you open them. Like in Risk Legacy, they tell you open when this certain thing, event, or whatever happens. This case, it doesn't tell you when to open them. So I guess they open as games progress. Like game 1, for example. Like the scenario, campaign games. Before you start game 1, you do a certain thing. Then the game global 1, and then it tells you what you do. For that game. And of course, we have these cards, and we have these cards, and of course, you have the 5 leaders. Kind of not quite done the best way. Could have did a little bit better job of the miniatures, but okay. I will do spoiler videos of what are in each one as I open them. So you got the blue section here. I'm gonna have to get some like bags and whatnot to put these different sections in. Always make these the 5. So they got a headquarters. That one's kind of airplane. You got like a car. You got like a person. And I'm hoping that they aren't all the same. Kind of hoping they give us unique miniatures for each faction, because giving us the same miniatures is kind of lazy. So they did. Okay, they got different little soldiers. These got like little buses, and their base is like a castle fortress. So that's cool. Good. Giving us different characters. Anyway, like I said, when I open the additional packets for or during a game, I might actually film playing the game, because I'll be playing it by myself anyway. So they have this like ruins here, or it's supposed to just show you the like a corporate business tower. They have this right here. They have their own little man. I always like getting additional risk pieces because they're cool, and even if the risk game in general kind of sucks, you can always just implement the risk pieces and factions to additional risk games. So they have this like motorcycle, and they have like a soldier dude, and then here's their base, which kind of looks like a government building surrounded, maybe, or some kind of building. I think it's the yellows that are diehard government people. They have like a missile silo as their base. That's neat. They got these Humvees, and so there's all the factions. Whoa, about to throw away some pieces. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to put a bunch of this stuff in bags because there's just no way. I suppose we have permission to open these scar cards. If you know about legacy games, then I'm gonna move it over here. Then you know about scar cards. So some of these are scar cards. Oh wow, all of these are scar cards. So there's different kinds of scar cards. It says play anytime on your turn, but I guess you only get one of the scars. I think, and then I think you're supposed to throw the card away. It's like an ammo shortage card and a cover scar card, cover a scar, and then a defense type shield. This one's like a reinforcement, and then thing. So I think these you're issued them, and I think you get to use one, not all three. And then I don't know if they want you to throw the thing away or you reuse these until all three stickers are used up. Of course, then there's warfare cards. There's these for the different factions. Starting Tactics Blue, they can pick one of these. For the green faction, the yellow faction, the white faction, the red faction, get to choose one, not both, and then they throw that card away, the other card away. And then, of course, these are warfare cards. Not sure how they exactly work, but we're going to look at them anyway. They work like this is the location. Then it has this is how you can play it. So I think they work as both a location card and you can do the item on there. I think you have to have that number of resources, points to be able to use it. So these are basically like the territory cards, and each one corresponds to a location. So you can use them for both the location ability and the you have to. I think that's how much resources you have to use, and then this is what you can do with that card. Next up are these other cards, which let's see what those are. These cards, they have warlord upgrades here, and then they have each faction looks like they have their own deck. So here's the warlord upgrades, which it looks like you get one, and then you get to throw the card away. So these are for your upgrades, which you probably receive when you do certain things. Then it looks like, again, each faction here looks like they have their own special deck. So here's Raza Garcia's card for the character, and then their deck, which looks like you put these upgrades. Looks like you put these upgrades on the card, and you can use these cards during your turn because they belong to your faction. And here's Angus Smith's card. So most of these you can only do this, but then you're going to put a secondary upgrade on these abilities here. So that's neat. Yes. Yes. And of course you have Callie Rollers. This gives him his squad abilities and special abilities. Or her, in this case, hers. Like this one you can do one or the other. And I think these are like cards that go in your hand and they you use them, but then after you use them all, you start over again with them. There's just Jet Set Claire's card. And then here is Cassandra Evans cards. They, I mean, I haven't scanned through them to see the difference, but it does appear that some of those are probably similar and in nature, where it's not until you use the upgrade cards where they finally start, you know, having any specialness to them. So you've seen everything now except the board. So you want to see the board now. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. And that is Risk, Shadow Forces, Legacy game. So there's the board. As you can see, it has spaces to put these stickers, which eventually pop up. It looks like you can put the circle ones either here, here, or here, and you can put the square ones here, here, and here. So there will be additional areas that are built in the game that look like they can go with other places. Bad part is the actual circles kind of show you, kind of look like so it's like these new islands and whatnot are being added to the game. But I guess whoever gets to place them gets to make that decision. Um, and as you can see, it has it where you can name continents, add or minus points from them. Has all these places where you can put the scars all over the map. Has the connection zones, how they all connect to each other and everything. Um, there's North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. But in this game, none of them are named yet, so you get to name them eventually. That's probably one of your special, just like a regular Risk Legacy. It's probably one of your special, like, rewards you get for each game that you win or you hold on or whatever. Anyway, remember God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Jesus loves you, Jesus God, Jesus Lord, Jesus King. Jesus is ruler of everything. And have a great, wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed the Risk Legacy Shadow Forces unboxing, even though it took 30 something minutes to show everything in it and read all about it. Now, as you see, I'm going to have to separate those and put each one in their own respective bag and then have a bag for all those. And then, for some unknown reason, this particular time, they didn't really design it for me to be able to use all the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to wait for this one to use its space. Once these cards get open, though, I have no other place to put them. I have no place. I have no place to put all the people. All I only have red defense dice and black attack dice, so they keep switching up on us on that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Later.